Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Hi students, good evening to everyone. Today video session we will learn a new chapter. Already 11th standard syllabus we started, we completed several chapters. Animal kingdom we completed, and then next structural organization. What are the different body tissues are present in the organisms, that we completed. Then we entered in human physiology. In the human physiology means 10th standard what you studied, that life process wise digestion and respiration, excretion, circulation you studied now. The same things, somewhat of vast information we are learning in this 11th standard. In that first digestion and absorption chapter completed, then next breathing and exchanging of gases chapter also completed, how we can respire and what are the mechanisms are involving in the transportation of gases, that we completed. And then third body fluids and circulation, lymphatic system, and then blood transportation, blood vesicular system, that we completed. And then last one more physiology system, physiology mechanism, that is a excretion. Whether you remembered or not, already 10th standard these four things, four chapters you studied under life process. Several times of our previous videos I explained one statement, why we call these physiological activities we call as a life process. When the organism attains birth or getting birth, after birth it want to lead their life up to death. So up to death of the organism, that organism want to show some of the must be some physiological activities. That physiological activities is nothing but a life process. So which are the physiological activities is giving to the life sustainability, those we call as a life process. So that's why digestion is more essential, digestion and absorption. There from that only we are getting nutritional food, then we are getting energy. That energy is providing by the respiration wise combustion of our food items, glucose, that we see. Then that combustion wise it is happened in the tissues. So respiration gas, how it will be transported up to tissues by the circulatory system we learn. So these are finally in this video I continue our physiology activity of our body, that is excretion, excretory products and their elimination. Here several body metabolic activities performing after something waste material will produce. What we ate, what we are utilizing of our body, that not at all the percentage of things is not at useful to our body. Something byproducts or waste materials will be produced by the several metabolic activities. That waste material we want to send. What are that waste materials producing from the different organisms, how we have to excrete, these and all we will discuss in this chapter, excretory products and their elimination. Because of excretory products are waste materials, how in the which type of mode, which type of way they are excreting or eliminated, that and all we will learn in this chapter. Let me start the today video session. See on that board Nana, first excretory product and their elimination. Here each and every chapter or each and every title having a quotation. What is that a quotations means? For example, respiration, if you take respiration, energy provider. By the respiration only our body will get energy, ATP generated in the respiration. Correct now? So as like digestion, now if you take digestion is a fuel consumed. Just like that is a food is act as a fuel. By that fuel consumption after, by the oxidation, we are getting ATPs, energies. That only useful for our work, functional ways, our body showing functions. Those and all. So as like here, excretory product and their elimination, that we call as a good riddance and then homeostasis. What is this meaning of this quotation? Here our body should be maintained all the things in the equilibrium. I mean equilibrium means what are the essential particles or essential nutrients, necessary things. It want to maintain limits in our body fluids. Should not cross that limits, should not less than that limits. So when that a healthy human being blood and body tissues or everything should be maintain a sufficient requirement substances in our body. Such a condition we call as a homeostasis. That homeostasis maintained by these excretory mechanism. By the excretory mechanism, what are the waste materials are producing in our body by the metabolic activities, that will sending out, that too how much quantity want to send, how much quantity want to keeping inside of the body for maintenance of concentration gradients of our body fluids. Okay, so that process we call as a homeostasis. Okay, and maintenance of equilibrium status of our body fluids, that we call the homeostasis. I think so you got some concept. Then at the conclusion of this chapter you will get a final meaning of why we are giving the name of homeostasis name for this excretory system. In this chapter we discuss about our excretory system, nephron, kidney, how it will. Before that we want to know some of the introduction. See, that only here I mentioned. What is excretion? Here elimination of nitrogenous waste and other waste materials from the body. From the body, it is this process differ from the egestion. From these statement wise I will explain two things. Excretion is not similar with defecation or egestion. In the digestive system time, we learned these egestion and defecation. Undigested food releasing from the fecal matter, that releasing from the anal pore in the form of the fecal matter, that process we called as a defecation or egestion. Correct kada? But here excretion also sometimes it is due to the same meaning of releasing of the waste material. But here that waste material not regarding to the food waste. Here waste material means nitrogenous waste material. That is a more important underline statement. So elimination, that word, or excretion, that word tells about how our body eliminating the nitrogenous waste material. Along with the nitrogenous waste material, some other waste materials also, how it will be eliminated from our body. So that's why for giving clarity I mentioned these excretion process is a differ from the egestion or defecation. Defecation, egestion tells about food waste material, undigested food waste material excretion from the anal pore. Here these excretion tells about the nitrogenous waste material by the urethra. In the male reproductive, female reproductive system time, that word will come. I will tell in the 12th standard. But up to now, wait. So that is a significance. Now in your mind, everybody having one basic question. Sir, how our body is getting nitrogenous waste? We does not take anything nitrogenous waste now. How in our body is getting these nitrogenous waste? We are taking something carbohydrates food and then protein food and then fat food. How that what we are taking how our body is producing these nitrogenous waste. Here before saying about that one, nitrogenous waste material is a very hazard particle. Hazard particle means toxic substances. Nitrogen is a very toxic. So when the nitrogen is accumulated in our body, our blood will be spoiled, collapse. Their nature, their characteristics, everything will be spoiled by the accumulation of the nitrogen. So that's why by anatomically our body is made up of a kidney. That kidney play an important role in the elimination of the nitrogenous waste material. I am saying about the human beings. Some other animals are having the other different excretory organs. I will say in the second column. So what I am conveying to you, you got it na? So excretion is different from the defecation, ejection. These things is play an important role in the homeostasis. So the second line, it is excretion process play an important role in the homeostasis and asthma regulation. Already homeostasis wise I explained. What is asthma regulation? Asthma regulation means it these excretion process maintains of osmosis process in our body. Osmosis means nothing but maintenance of the water molecules concentration in our body up to certain limits, up to certain requirement quantity. That is osmosis. So if sometimes maybe we lost dehydration or sometimes over water is present. So on the time what type of mechanisms, what type of steps want to take, that and all under controlling by the excretory system. Okay, so homeostasis time tells about the substance particles maintenance in the equilibrium state, and asthma regulation it tells about the water molecule concentration. So these totally two things are under controlling by the excretion, under controlling by the excretory system. Then here nitrogenous waste materials are producing from the protein and nucleic acid. Here already I raised one question, from the which sources onwards nitrogenous waste materials are producing. Nitrogenous waste materials are producing by the protein and nucleic acids. Proteins and nucleic acids. Protein is nothing but a combination of amino acids only. Several amino acids binded with a peptide bond. They are making polypeptide chain. The number of polypeptide chains mingle to each other, it will form to the protein. So nothing but we can say like this, a polymer of amino acids with peptide bonds, that is called as a protein. So amino acids are containing with NH2 amine group kadanana. So that amine group onwards nitrogenous waste material will be produced. Along with that nucleic acids. Nucleic acids nothing but DNA and RNA is kadanana. DNA, RNA is containing with nitrogen bases. Purine, pyrimidine, cytosine, adenine, guanine is there na. These are all nitrogen bases. So that bases, nitrogen bases, this is a basic nature containing with the nitrogen compound. So that's why from that nucleic acids onwards also, after these nucleic metabolisms and protein metabolisms, they are producing the something nitrogenous waste. Something nitrogenous waste. So these waste should not keeping in our body. If we are keeping in our body means already I said our blood will be spoiled. So that's why we want to send out. So finally these protein and nucleic acids metabolisms are producing the nitrogenous waste. Now here all living organisms cannot excrete the same type of excretory material basing on this habitat, in which place they are surviving, and then how much water they are intaking. Basing on these two criterias, different organisms based on their location, based on their water intaking, different type of nitrogenous waste materials are producing in their body by the different metabolic activities. So that's why I kept one heading according to our textbook concept, excretory products. Excretory products are mode of excretion. Here several excretory products we seen in the several organisms. Basically three type of excretory products we can find it in the different living organisms, such as ammonia is one of the excretory material, urea is one of the excretory material, and uric acid is one more excretory material. These three excretory materials always formed from the nitrogenous compound. nitrogenous compounds onwards, whether that is a protein or nucleic acids onwards. Okay, so these nitrogenous waste materials are changed by the basing on their location. If I say a total explanation, you will get some idea. So I started about excretory products and mode of excretion. So here if you take which of the animals are excrete the ammonia, those animals we call as a ammonotelic. Which of the animals excrete the nitrogenous waste material in the form of the ammonia, those organisms we call as a ammonotelic animals. That animals we call as a ammonotelism. That phenomena we called as a ammonotelism. So by the ammonotelic animals excrete the ammonia. So by the statement wise, which of the animals are excreting nitrogenous waste material in the form of the ammonia, those animals we call as a ammonotelic animals. The phenomena we call as a ammonotelism. Example pathatna, you will get some idea. All aquatic animals are belongs to ammonia, and bony fishes also ammonia. Bony fishes also ammonia. So bony fishes means nothing but here what about seawater fishes? Seawater fishes are exception, that you should be remember. Why that is exception, and the time next explanation time, urea explanation time I will tell. So all are the aquatic animals except cartilaginous fishes or marine fishes, remaining all are belongs to ammonia. Now in your brain one question is raised, how ammonia is producing? Here we are taking some organisms are taking three type of food, that is a protein food, carbohydrates food and fat food. From that onwards, how ammonia is producing? Ammonia is producing by the oxidate to deaminization of amino acid. Oxidate to deaminization of amino acid. This process, the mechanism occurs in the liver. Inga pointer place paringa. Ammonia is producing from the amino acid. That amino acid undergoing oxidate to deaminization. This mechanism under place occurs in the liver of that organism. Now these statement I will explain. Oxidate to deaminization. Two words. Oxidate to means if any one substance is onwards oxygen add pandina or hydrogen remove aichna, that will be indicate the oxidation, correct na? So oxidate to deamination. Deamination means removing of amine group. So amino acid formula theriyum kadana ungalku NH2CH3COOH. Amino acid. Acid means COOH group indicates acid and NH2 indicates amine. Now according to these statement, oxidate to deamination. Deamination means this NH2 want to release. Before NH2 releasing, here COOH is there na, acid group. From these COOH, H will releasing from the COOH, detaching from COOH mingled with these amine NH2, it will form ammonia NH3. These NH3 will detaching from the total amino acid, that only become a ammonia. Got it na? So here a 1 gram of ammonia releasing from the body, they requires 300 ml to 500 ml of water. Not a matter. Here in your mind one question, sir, by the 1 gram of ammonia excretion, nitrogenous waste material of ammonia excretion wise, it lost a lot of water na. Lot of water. How much water? Approximately call liter to half liter. 300 ml to 500 ml. Half liter water useful for a little quantity of ammonia excretion. Okay, but never mind, because of ammonia excreting all organisms are belongs to which category nana? Aquatic animals kada. How much water it loss, it can able to easily take from the surrounding environment, because of they are existed in the aquatic media only. Now the nature of ammonia is a very toxic. Up to now I said 3 nitrogenous waste material, ammonia and urea and uric acid na. In comparison with urea and uric acid, ammonia is a more toxic. Okay, now you got it, these concept, this point. And the next urea. which of the organisms they are excreting nitrogenous waste material in the form of the urea, those organisms we called as a ureotelic. Ureotelic. Such a phenomena we called ureotelism. Ureotelism. Example paathatna maximum which of the organisms can survival in the terrestrial places, those organisms are maximum belongs to ureotelic. Some of the exceptions organisms are there, but maximum majority of the terrestrial organisms are everything belongs to these ureotelic. Okay, example earthworm and cartilaginous fishes. I already said na, cartilaginous fishes means marine fishes, but marine fishes are excreting the nitrogenous waste material in the form of the urea instead of the ammonia. Here ammonia time I said all aquatic animals are ammonotelic except cartilaginous fishes. What is the reason? Cartilaginous fishes located in the place of the salt water, marine water kadana. So that marine water having the high concentration comparing with the body fluids. So it facing the problem exoosmosis. From the body fluids onwards, water will come out from the body and then drain into the external environment. Okay, so sir, that water loss prevention wise, these are having the urea is a nitrogenous waste material. When they are maintaining their body urea, that urea can able to maintain the homeostasis with the body fluids with the external environment. Marine water also salt, that salt concentration how much it is there, the same concentration they are maintained the inside of the body by the presence of the urea as a nitrogenous waste material. See, now see earthworms, cartilaginous fishes and amphibians, but except tadpole. Why tadpole is not belongs to urea? Tadpole belongs to aquatic life. Correct now. So tadpole will become a frog. When they are changed into the frog belongs to ureotelic, but tadpole belongs to ammonotelic. That you should be remember. And then mammals, animals, maximum mammal animals are everything settled in the terrestrial place, so that's why it is belongs to urea. Okay, then these urea by producing by the ornithine cycle, a major important cycle in the play important role in the production of conversion of ammonia into urea. Basically every nitrogenous waste material end product ammonia will form, but that ammonia changing into the urea in a special mechanisms, all special mechanisms under one single cycle, that is ornithine cycle. This ornithine cycle occurs in the liver place. Finally, by the ornithine cycle in the liver, ammonia converted into the urea. How it will convert? Inga paranga NH3 is ammonia kada. That is reacting with the carbon dioxide of our blood. So when it is mingled with ammonia with the carbon dioxide, urea will form. NH2 CHO, this is a keto group kadana. This is NH2 plus H2O. This is a normal metabolic water. NH2 both sides NH2, between that NH2 ketone C double bond O. This is the urea. Now these urea excretion wise, 1 gram of urea requires the 50 ml of water. 50 ml. Just to compare it with this ammonia, 1 gram of ammonia excretion wise, they required 300 to 500 ml of water. Okay, but urea is not like that. Urea requires a very less water comparing with ammonia, because of which of the organisms are excreting the urea, those and all terrestrial places. Terrestrial animals not have the much more availability of the water. So water loss prevention wise, they changed into the nitrogenous waste material in the form of urea. That is one of the statement. Now toxic nature of the urea comparing with the ammonia, it is 1 lakh times less toxic than the ammonia. Ammonia is a very hazard substance. So urea is not much hazard substance. So comparing with ammonia, 1 lakh times is less toxic. Okay, then now come to the third, uric acid. This uric acid, ureotelic. Uric acid is ureotelic. Okay, which of the organisms are excreting the uric acid? That organisms we call as a uricotelic organisms. The phenomena we call as a uricotelism. Here ammonotelic animals, ammonotelism, urea, ureotelism, uric acid, uricotelism and uricotelism. Uricotelic animals, uricotelism. Examples, Sauropsida. Sauropsida means snakes, especially snakes groups we call as Sauropsida, and reptiles also belongs to uric acid, and then birds. See here basing on the evolutionary aspect also, first aquatic animals are produced, later terrestrial animals. After terrestrial animals they are adapted to flying mode, those belongs to this uric acid. So by the evolutionary aspects also we can say as a justification, ammonia is a primitive excretory material, primitive organisms. Advanced organisms have a urea is a excretory material. Somewhat of special characteristics containing organisms are nitrogenous waste materials are uric acid. Because of flying is a special adaptation. Correct? Na? So that is the thing. So the Sauropsida organisms, reptiles, birds, tracheal arthropods. Tracheal arthropods. That tracheal arthropods are nothing but a cockroach. These cockroach also example of uric acid. Now the conclusion time you will get some clarification of these uric acid. These uric acid also producing from the ammonia by a special cycle in the different places of different organisms. For example, if we take tracheal arthropod, cockroach having the excretory organism Malphizian tubules. For our body we have the excretory organ is a nephron. So based on the different excretory organs, the changes in the chemical nature of the excretory materials also will be present. So here ammonia producing from the uric acid, ammonia is produced to the changing of several equations, several chemical reactions, it will produce the uric acid. That uric acid formula C5H4N4O3, this is the uric acid formula. For excretion of the 1 gram of uric acid, they need 10 ml of water. Now compare it, here ammonotelic animals are requiring the more water because of they are present in the aquatic media. Terrestrial animals, they can take water from their resources onwards. So there is also nitrogenous waste material elimination wise 50 ml water is necessary. But when the organisms are adapted to the special characteristics of flying mode, they often can't able to take oftenly water. If they are taking more water means what will happen, a body will get more weight, bird will not get it flying. So that is a one adaptation. So basing on their situational adaptations and local environmental adaptations, they requires a nitrogenous waste materials, less water is sufficient. So 10 ml water is sufficient for excretion of 1 gram of uric acid. And then very important note I am saying that one uric acid insoluble in water. Whether observe anything fecal matter of any fecal matter of bird fecal matter in the semi-solid condition. That semi-solid condition nothing but a fecal matter with uric acid also will be releasing from the at a time in the cloacal apexure. Cloacal apexure is nothing but a common hole per food, undigested food releasing wise, and then it is a useful for coitus wise also it will useful, and then excretory products also releasing from the same hole. So a common hole useful for defecation wise and excretion wise and reproductive wise. So that is a cloacal. So that cloacal onwards insoluble uric acid releasing by the birds and reptiles. Here these uric acid is a very less toxic than the urea. Urea only very less toxic, then ammonia is more toxic. So comparing with ammonia, uric acid is negligible of toxic nature. So that is the different substances where nitrogenous waste material in different organisms. Later I will discuss about what are some of the significant need oriented question concept, and then different organs in different organisms, excretory organs, we will discuss in the another video. This is about just different modes of excretion. Let me wait next video.